You wake up looking fine. By noon, your face is fuller, your fingers feel tight, and your socks leave dents like you borrowed someone else's ankles. Then you eat something safe, and the bloat hits with brain fog, like your head and your belly are both stuffed. The worst part is the pattern feels random. One day it's dairy, next day it's salad. You start blaming willpower when it's not that. This is the puffy pattern, and it behaves differently than simple bloat. Moving to slide 2. Bloat and puffy get mixed up, but they feel different in your body. Bloat is pressure. It shows up after meals, your stomach feels stretched, you may burp more, and your waistband is the enemy. Puffy is fluid. Your skin feels tight, your face looks smoother and fuller, your rings fit weird, and your weight can jump overnight without a huge dinner. Here's a quick check. If you press a finger into your lower shin or ankle and it leaves a dent for a few seconds, that's more fluid than gas. If you feel like a balloon in the abdomen, but your face, hands, and ankles look normal, that's more classic bloat. When puffiness is the main issue, it's usually not about eating too much. It's about signals in your body that change where water sits. Moving to slide 3. Inflammation can move water fast. One common driver is histamine, which can widen blood vessels and make tiny capillaries leak more fluid into the surrounding tissue. That's puffiness. At the same time, stress hormones and inflammatory signaling can make your kidneys hang on to sodium more easily, so you retain more water even if you did not change your calories. Then your cleanup system slows down. When lymph flow is sluggish, fluid lingers in the face, hands, and ankles. That's why some people wake up puffy, then look better by evening, after they've been upright and moving. So if your swelling shifts through the day, think less about mystery water weight, and more about what is stirring up immune signaling in the first place. The gut is a frequent starting point. Moving to slide 4. Your gut barrier is supposed to keep irritating stuff inside the digestive tract and let nutrients through. When it's irritated, your immune system gets jumpy. That can mean you get both problems at once: gas and pressure from the gut, plus puffiness from the immune response. Pay attention to the combo signs. Skin gets reactive. Sinuses feel stuffy. You feel flushed after certain meals. Your stool changes, like looser, more urgent, or alternating with constipation. Those are clues that it's not just too much fiber or too much salt. It's your body treating something as a threat and shifting fluid as part of that response. When you stop viewing it as random, you can start mapping it. Most triggers are not mysterious. Moving to slide 5. Most people miss triggers because they expect the reaction to be immediate, but your timeline can be all over the place. Immediate, within 1 hour, usually looks like gas pressure, cramping, reflux, or a fast, flushy feeling. That points to quick digestion effects, fermentation in sensitive guts, or rapid immune signaling. Delayed next morning puff is classic for fluid retention. You went to bed looking fine, then woke up with a fuller face, tighter fingers, and heavier legs. That can happen after a higher histamine meal, alcohol, poor sleep, or a big stress day, even if the food volume was normal. A 2-day lag is common when inflammation ramps up more slowly. You eat something on Monday, and Wednesday you feel swollen, foggy, and achy, and you swear it came out of nowhere. Week-long background swelling happens when you keep hitting the same irritant in small doses. You never get a clean reset, so your baseline stays puffy. If you want to find your real triggers, track symptoms by time, not just by food. Randomness is often timing, and timing often points straight toward histamine. Moving to slide 6. If your puffiness comes in waves, histamine can be the clue. Notice episodes of flushing or warmth, especially after wine, aged cheese, cured meats, or fish that has been sitting. Watch for itchy skin, hives, or a random runny nose right after meals. Headaches that show up with certain leftovers are another common pattern, because histamine builds up as food sits, even in the fridge. Here's what to do for a clean test. Pick 2 low histamine days. Eat foods as fresh as possible, skip leftovers, skip alcohol, and keep meals simple. If symptoms drop fast, that is useful information. And if everything gets worse after a bad night of sleep, that overlap matters, because your system is already primed to react and swell. Moving to slide 7. Blood sugar swings can also make you look and feel puffy. A big spike, then a crash, can nudge inflammation up, drive cravings, and drop your energy. Higher insulin also encourages your kidneys to hold on to sodium, so you can wake up with a softer face and feel thirstier at night, sometimes with extra bathroom trips. If puffiness tracks with high sugar or refined starch days, your body is giving you a loud signal. Moving to slide 8. Ultra-processed foods stack the deck against you, even when the calorie count looks reasonable. Emulsifiers and some additives can irritate the gut barrier in susceptible people. Many of these foods also hit you with a high omega-6 load and very low potassium and fiber, which can shift fluid balance. Portion sizes hide the exposure. A normal serving can carry a long ingredient list and a bigger histamine burden than you think. Moving to slide 9. Sleep is one of the fastest ways to change how much water you hold. When you sleep poorly, cortisol tends to run higher the next day, and that can push your body to retain fluid. If you also snore, wake with a dry mouth, or suspect sleep apnea, the breathing stress can worsen swelling, and you often see it most in the morning. Caffeine can mask the pattern. You feel more alert, but the water retention and inflammation signal is still there. If your puffiness is reliably worse after short or broken sleep, treat sleep like a direct lever, not a lifestyle bonus. Moving to slide 10. Here's a simple way to tell if you're dealing with real fluid retention versus just temporary bloating. It's the compression test. After you've been up for about an hour, check your socks. If you have deep sock marks that linger, that suggests your tissues are holding fluid. Pay attention to rings too. If your ring is loose in the morning but tight by midday, that daily shift is meaningful. Next, check your ankles. Press a thumb firmly just above the ankle bone for 5 seconds, then release. If a dent stays there for a bit, that is pitting. The deeper and longer it lasts, the more fluid is sitting in the tissue. Also notice waistbands. If the same pants leave deeper lines on certain days, that is a quick read on swelling. And if your shoes suddenly feel tight, especially later in the day, that's another strong clue. Do this at the same times for 3 days. Consistency beats intensity. Your body will tell you what's driving the puffiness if you measure it the same way every time. Moving to slide 11. Before you change anything, track the right data for 7 days. Keep it simple but specific. First, note swelling by time of day. Morning only, evening only, or all day points to different patterns, and it stops you from guessing. Second, write down meal timing and whether you ate leftovers. Many people bloat more after foods that sat in the fridge, not because leftovers are bad, but because histamine can build up in some foods and your tolerance can vary. Third, log sleep length and quality. A short, broken night often shows up the next day as more water retention and worse gut sensitivity. Fourth, track stool form and frequency. 1 line per day is enough, plus any urgency or straining. Finally, record your stress peak moments, not your average stress. Note the time and what happened. When you line these up, you usually find 1 or 2 reliable triggers you can actually control. That clarity makes the first reset moves feel obvious and doable. Moving to slide 12. For 3 days, run a reset that reduces variables. Simplify meals, not calories. Pick 2 to 4 basic meals you tolerate and repeat them so you can tell what changes. Anchor each meal with protein and fiber. Protein helps appetite control and steadies post-meal glucose, and fiber supports stool bulk and regularity. Keep the fiber gentle if you are already constipated or very bloated, like oats, chia, kiwi, cooked vegetables, or beans, only if you know they sit well. Add potassium-rich whole foods daily, like potatoes, sweet potatoes, beans, yogurt, leafy greens, or bananas. Potassium supports fluid balance, especially if your sodium intake is high. Choose fresh food over leftovers for these 3 days to reduce the chance that histamine is contributing. Then add a 10-minute easy walk after meals. It helps gut motility and reduces post-meal glucose spikes without stressing your system. If your symptoms noticeably improve, you have a clean baseline and you know what to repeat when things flare. Moving to slide 13. Get help quickly if swelling comes on fast with pain, if one leg is more swollen than the other, if you have chest symptoms or you feel breathless, if you see blood in your stool, or if you have unexplained weight loss. Those are not DIY problems. If this was useful, subscribe for more practical health scripts you can apply immediately, and comment with the one pattern you noticed in your tracking so I can help you troubleshoot. This content is educational and not medical advice, and it is not a substitute for care from your doctor or other qualified clinician. Optimize your biology, not just your diet.